Studies show that roughly 35% of men deal with the feeling of hopelessness, and women at about 30 to 40%. That's 1.4 billion men and 1.2 billion women. That's 2.6 out of 8.3 billion total. And this is based on a study called the Beck Hopelessness Scale, and it's a tool used to determine the level a person experiences hopelessness using a spectrum. It asks 20 true or false statements, and each item or statement uses a point system, 0 to 1, to determine a final score at the end out of 20 and find where a person fits on that spectrum. The 20 ranging statements touch on 3 overarching topics: expectations, the future, and motivation. And within these topics, several statements are asked. Statements like, "My future seems dark to me. I might as well give up because I can't make things better for myself. I just don't get breaks, and there's no reason to believe I will in the future. Things just won't work out the way I want them to. And I never get what I want, so it's foolish to want anything at all." These statements are asked, and the test takers are expected to answer them truthfully, true or false. And the results of the test are then graded on a number scale, 0 to 3 being minor hopelessness or none at all, 4 to 8 being mild hopelessness, 9 to 14 being moderate, and 15 to 20 being severe. And based on the studies of the average scores, the leading causes of hopelessness shared among the population are depression, chronic and constant stress, and social isolation. 2.6 billion people, 31% of the world's total population, experience hopelessness. And not one of these people are the same. Different backgrounds, different countries, ethnic groups, religions, sexual orientations. Every single one of those 2.6 billion people are different, and not one of their experiences are the same. But there is one thing that unites them all, one thing that every one of them can say, "Yeah, I understand this." One thing that plagues every one of them. It's this unexplainable, soul-crushing dread, this empty feeling that nothing is and never will go their way. This gripping darkness that no matter what words are said, no matter who they come from, and no matter the manner in which they are said, this thing that has a hold of them just won't let go. For me, most of my recent loneliness has been from one topic: missing what I don't have yet, yearning for something that isn't even here. I've never had this problem before, and it's only just started to pop up. But it's this gut-wrenching fear of missing out on what doesn't even exist yet. Maybe it's seeing these wonderful videos on Instagram of these cute young couples and yearning for a relationship like that. Or maybe it's seeing the videos of these happy families with babies and spouses and having this overwhelming fear of missing out on that. Maybe it's seeing the pictures that my friends are taking in these exotic places and feeling like I'm not doing anything. I recently had a conversation with one of my best friends, and in this conversation we discussed how we feel like we haven't lived a life yet, how we miss what we don't have and feel like it's over. We realize that we're both young, way too young to be assuming that it's over already, simply because we don't have something that someone else has. I had shared with this same friend that I had seen them grow in the span of only 3 years into something that they couldn't see happening. I had seen these photos they'd taken of these exotic, out-of-the-country trips they'd been on, and I told them that there's no use coveting someone else's belongings, that I see their life from an outside perspective, that I see these photos, I've seen them grow, I've seen love, I've seen heartbreak, I've seen them turn into their own person right before my eyes. And I shared that anyone looking at their life from an outside perspective, like I am theirs, would be jealous of the life that they've lived. It's never over. It's kind of ridiculous looking back on it now, why I was thinking that. The best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago, and the second best time is right now. Sometimes what we need is just an outside perspective. Someone who doesn't live within the confines of our own emotions. Someone that doesn't see things from our perspective. We need a second set of fresh eyes. Eyes that haven't been corrupted by the images that we've seen, or the tears that we've poured out. Lips that haven't spoken to the people that we've spoken to, and ears that haven't heard what we've heard, and feet that haven't walked the same trail. We need something new, something fresh. A rusty chain isn't going to pull itself up from the bottom. You're going to need a new clean chain to lift it up. Just to share a little story, I'd left for basic army training in January of this year. I graduated in March, but I didn't actually come home till about mid-May. And every single one of those days, for 5 months, I'd wish that I was back home. I could play my guitar, I could visit my friends again, I could sleep however long I wanted to, and I could eat whatever I wanted to. The future was looking bright, and I was excited to finally be home. As soon as I got off that plane, I got right to calling all my friends, telling them that I'm coming home. The twinkle in my eye as I was talking to my family again, it was everything that I'd wished for. I had been home for maybe 2 weeks at this point, when this feeling of not being in the right place started settling in. It started off slow and unassuming, and I hadn't even noticed it at the time. I was just happy to be home. And then seemingly out of nowhere, the lonely night started coming. I had been used to sleeping in a room with people, working on a set schedule, always having someone right beside me every single step of the way, no matter what. I just assumed that they were growing pains at the time. I mean, my whole life had just been thrown out of whack, and I've been led back into my normal civilian life with no time to readjust. I knew that it was going to take some time. And I had ignored these feelings for a few days. Each day it gradually got worse. The loneliness got heavier, the weight felt like it kept increasing. That sucking feeling in my chest had become unavoidable. It boiled over one night. I couldn't stand it anymore. I hopped in my car at about 4:20 in the morning, and I drove to the city. The drive there, I played Cigarettes After Sex on the radio, and I rolled the windows down. Something I know that excites me. It was about 70 degrees at night. It was beautiful. There was nothing, though. There was no excitement, no twinkle. I drove slower than the speed limit just so the songs would last longer, so the drive wouldn't end as quick, so maybe that feeling would leave. The roads were dead empty, not a single person driving. I felt even more alone. I got into the city and got out of my car, and I locked up and I just walked. I walked downtown, up and down the strips. The moon, the street lights, the slight breeze, the soft music from the speakers from the bar workers cleaning up after hours. The sound of the sprinklers watering the grass. It was the perfect atmosphere. But something still felt off. No matter how much I tried to ignore it, there was this haunting cloud over me, this recurring thought that this walk would be much more impactful if I had had somebody with me, but I didn't have anybody. My parents saw my location and saw that I had left early, and they texted me just making sure I was okay. I assured them I was, but my dad asked me what was wrong, so I explained to him that no matter what I did, no matter who I talked to, I was lonely. I wasn't where I belonged, but I knew where I was where I belonged. The day that I had wished for months on end, I finally had, and I hated it. I went back home with that sinking feeling still lingering there, but I had to put it on the back burner for now. Because the next day I was going to see my friends, and I hadn't seen them for about 4 months before I left, so I was very excited. I made the drive, only planning to spend a few hours there, because this time they were leaving. They'd be gone for about 2.5 months, so I knew that this was my only time to catch them. I arrived at the house, and a new friend that I knew about, but somebody I hadn't met before, was there. I didn't really know what to expect. I was kind of nervous. But as the day went on and the sky transitioned from a bright blue to the dark star-filled sky, I had loosened up. We talked for hours that night, staying up way past what we should have been, and I was happy. I ended up staying the night, and it was wonderful. A peace that I hadn't felt in a while. Nothing special even happened. It was just a normal hangout, but it was simple, something that I wasn't used to. One of the major causes of this feeling of loneliness is stress. With everything constantly changing, new things being brought in, headline after headline, a fast-moving society is here. People are suffocating. They're suffocating in debt, suffocating in the quick-paced here, there of every day, suffocating in anxiety and drowning in fear, but nothing works to stop it. There's no sign of anything slowing down anytime soon either. When this constant pressure to keep on moving is repeated every single day, day after day, and week after week, the will to keep up eventually fades away. You start slipping and letting go of the rope. You stop clinging onto the things keeping you from falling, simply because you have no strength left. And when those key tools are taken away from you, you lose sight of what it was like before. It gets dark, it gets heavy, it gets to be too much, and you get lonely. You stop relying on what has been keeping you up this whole time, and you turtle into this hole, this corner of the room, the one place that seems to be quiet in the midst of all the noise. And we get so comfortable there that we overstay our welcome. We let it happen more and more frequently until eventually we invite it into our everyday lives. It's a parasite. It's a liar. It comes in and takes everything and tells us it's for our own good. Depression sets in. It comes and we revert back into the hidey hole because we know that it's comfortable there. We come to terms with it. We let it happen. But it's a liar. It wants you to stay in that hole and not come out. The only power it has is what you give it, and the more you hide, the more you feed it. Progress has never been made by sitting by idly and letting the world pass by you. Progress is only made by taking the opportunity when it's presented to you and putting pedal to the metal and not stopping until it's done. If we continue to live in comfort, we stay where we know we'll never be harmed, nothing will ever get done. You keep feeding that monster. We have to come to grips with being comfortable in the uncomfortable. Nothing worth having comes easily, and it's easy to stay in that hole and let that sinking feeling pull you under. But progress isn't being made that way. Progress only comes when we put ourselves in suboptimal positions and we don't stop swinging until we're the last one standing. And something that I've had to come to terms with in my short time on this earth is loss, as does everybody else. But I've had to become comfortable with loss, and especially in my job in the Army, I've had to learn how to work with the loss of people that I don't know. We see loss as the final goodbye, and once they're gone from my life, they're gone forever. We tend to spiral into a depressive-like state when we realize that somebody isn't there anymore. And for the first 20 years of my life, my biggest fear was losing someone. Losing family, losing friends, losing girlfriends, losing somebody that had an impact on me. I was mourning losses that hadn't even happened yet. I was stressing myself out for no reason. Until I had somebody tell me something, a sentence that I'll never forget and I'll continue to share with people. Having someone is special, not because you have them, but because you'll lose them. Everybody has a clock, and when that clock runs out, there's no getting that time back, so spend your time wisely. It was something that I had never heard before, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. We all have a limited time on this earth, so it's vital that we make relationships, because the time that we spend together can never be duplicated nor relived. Every single person that we interact with makes a footprint on our life that we don't see, but other people do. Other people see it in the way that we carry ourselves, in the way we speak, and the advice we give, in the way we handle situations. We didn't learn this on our own. Somebody had helped us, and whether on purpose or not, we're taking what has been given to us and we're using it. Having someone is special because we lose them. We don't have a long time here, and that person still willingly decided to spend their time with you. You're so important to them that whether they think about it or not, they've decided to spend the limited time they have here with you. And that's love. It's the unique human experience. It's something that we can't describe, something we can't teach, something that can't be taken away, and something that stays forever. Love is something we share and we receive. Love is shown in all different manners and ways, but there's one constant. It's that soft, warm feeling, that coziness that we can't experience from anything else. The love of another human just simply cannot be duplicated by anything, and that's why it's so special, because we decide to share it in this limited time that we have here. Studies show that roughly 35% of men deal with the feeling of hopelessness, and women at about 30 to 40%. That's 1.4 billion men and 1.2 billion women. That's 2.6 billion people in total out of 8.3. Every single one of those pupils has a clock. We all have emotions. We all have unique experiences, and not one of our stories is the same, and they never will be. What kind of a world would it be if we all had the same story? We are uniquely human in the way we process and execute tasks. Why do we do it? There isn't one right answer. Maybe it's to earn what you feel like you may have lost. Maybe it's to gain what you could possibly have. Maybe it's to have a unique story with only your fingerprint. Maybe it's love. Why do we do it? We all have a why. We just need to find it.